Ladies and gents, and welcome to CG Reaction. This is Diogenes, the publicly defecating philosopher, by the channel Nella Academy. Here's is another Sam video. Publicly defecating philosopher. I hope this is not a gross video, but it's still going to be fun since Sam is making it. Sam always covers the stories from the past that people don't know much about it, but they're always fun and interesting to hear about. So it's always awesome to see Sam's take on it, and he always makes it really great. I already reacted to lots of Sam video. If you haven't seen them, check out the end card, check out the cards. There's a playlist I created for it. Check out the other reaction I did. There's a link in the description with all of my videos. And yeah, if you like the video, like, subscribe, and let's watch this one.
Hey kids, time for another hot steamy load of knowledge dripping down your neck and chest. Today, we're gonna talk about the greatest mind to ever live.
Come on,
nope,
man.
not him. Nope. Keep trying. Who I'm really referring to is the ancient
Kanye
Greek
was really-
philosopher known as Diogenes of Sinope. Diogenes followed the school of thought known as cynicism. Far from the yelling at CNN, sitting down during the pledge kind of cynicism we know today, cynic philosophy centers around the rejection of conventional desires in favor of a simple, moderate lifestyle. But while many philosophers made a virtue out of self-discipline,
So basically giving up all the luxuries, living a simple life, I guess, So, really simple, like, just eating raw food and things like that, just simple life.
Diogenes took all that to a whole new level. He was the most down-to-earth guy out there. Literally, he lived on the ground, in a big tub in the marketplace where he'd beg for a living. For a while, his only possession was a wooden bowl, until one day he saw a child drinking out of his hands, and he was like, "Pfft, what do I need this shit for?" Now, though his way of life and perspective was unique enough, it's the way Diogenes showed it that really
Okay, I'm gonna, presume something here. I think that he was a guy that lost his mind and he was basically a hobo. I think that's what's going to be conclusion of this story, but let's see anyway.
set him apart from the rest. When someone today wants to go against society, they dye their hair blue and make a blog post about how there aren't any obese women of color in Super Smash Bros. On the other hand, when Diogenes has something to say, he just jerks off in public, takes a dump in the amphitheater, pisses on passerby, whatever. The way he saw it, he was just performing much needed bodily functions while also protesting the superficiality of the civilization around him. Keep in mind, though he was an unwashed, publicly defecating homeless man, that's not all he was. His wit was easily on par with his philosophical contemporaries, and his lack of inhibition meant that everyone knew it. For example, here's an
Come on, really? He was not witty, come on, there's no way. If there was, and it's a sad story then. Somebody who was smart somehow lost his mind probably and became like this. Because people, whenever they think that somebody who lost their mind, they're completely stupid. That's not the case. There could be somebody who lost their mind, but they're still really smart. I mean, they just lost a certain, aspect of their mind, so they just act crazy, live as a hobo and things like that, but they still retain some of their wit, so they could be really smart.
An often pondered question of the day. How do you define a human in the simplest of terms possible? Plato decided to tackle this question, and he came up with featherless biped. And in the ancient Greek world, they didn't have any kangaroos or gibbons or nothing, so people were the only things around that both walked on two legs and didn't have feathers. Plato thought he was real clever with that one. Diogenes, on the other hand, he wasn't having any
Plato, by the way, was student of Socrates, that annoying philosopher.
of it. So he said, "Alright, you pompous prick, I'll give you a featherless biped." So, in reality, we do not learn, and what we call learning is only a process of recollection. Oh god damn it, not you again. What's up, fuckers? Hey, check out this person I found. Isn't it such a human? Look at him, wow.
Damn.
What a guy. Anyway, love to stay and chat, but I saw some trash outside that looked delicious. Smell you later, deliberator. Yes, my student. Yeah, what the fuck? Here's another anecdote. Macedonian King Alexander.
That was so perfectly timed. Yeah, what the fuck? That's the reaction that I would have. I mean, man, that was smart. I mean, he just literally took out the feathers from a chicken and just, went there like, here's your, featherless biped. So he was clearly smart in some sense, but obviously he was crazy.
Alexander was a big fan of Diogenes, so he decided to pay him a visit.
No way.
And he said, "Hey man, big fan. If there's any favor I can do for you, anything at all, just let me know. I'll make it happen." Now to put this into perspective, this is Alexander we're talking about. The guy who had his cousin straight up assassinated so he could take the throne. The guy who would later go on to conquer the majority of the civilized world. And you know what Diogenes says? He goes, "Yeah, you can do me a favor. Move over, you're in my light." Wow, I'm not even mad. You really are just a legend. Diogenes
Alright, first of all, the way he was living, like giving up all luxuries, what the hell can Alexander do for him? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't care about, preaching his ways or something like that. I mean, if he did care for that, he could have asked Alexander to, build him some kind of institution or something where he could, preach his things and, college type of thing. But he was clearly crazy. Come on, man. He was smart, but he was crazy. He didn't care, but he just wanted to, just do what he was doing right now, I guess. So he didn't care about whatever Alexander would give to him.
Lived up to the ripe old age of 89. I don't know if that's a testament to his lifestyle or if he just got lucky, but either way, if there is a god, he definitely has a sense of humor. The exact cause of Diogenes' death varies depending on which source.
Oh, that's, I mean, it depends on your genes, your DNAs, because I guess the most healthiest people who are, dietitians and things like that, who are really healthy, famous for it, like just eats just completely healthy food and things like that, most of them died in their late 40s and early 50s. I mean, if they are the healthiest people on the planet, how the hell did they die that early? So, I mean, there is no, complete link to it. I mean, genes and DNA plays a lot of part. So, he lived, could be, it was his DNA, I guess.
Source you look at. Some say he died from an infected dog bite. Others say it was from eating raw octopus. My favorite theory is that one day he just got tired of living, and he just held his breath till he died.
What?
He left behind instructions on what to do with his body after he passed. Now, when people think of special post-mortem instructions like these, they usually think, "Scatter my ashes at 6:53 a.m. off the western face of Mount Rainier using my grandfather's favorite ladle." None of that with Diogenes. He kept it simple. In the words of Danny DeVito,
"When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash."
Specifically, he wanted his body tossed into the wild so animals could feast on him, thereby giving back to the earth what little he took from it. So kids, moral of the story, don't judge a book by its cover. The man who...
I mean, yeah, there was, applauding, I guess. I mean, most scientists agree that, they want to be buried rather than cremated. So, they can give back to the nature. So what he said was like, kind of understanding. Obviously, he was smart in a lot of ways, but come on, man, he was crazy. He lost his mind somewhere.
Appears to be nothing more than a shit-smeared babbling vagrant, could actually be the wisest man you'll ever meet. Or he could really just be a raving fucking lunatic. Bring a knife, just in case.
Yeah.
Anyway, till next time, I'm Sam and Nella, and thank you for watching.
He could be a raving lunatic and smart at the same time. Those two things can coexist. I mean, man, really, the guy like this exists? I didn't know that. And Alexander the Great, was fan of him apparently. I mean, yeah, he said just, get out of here. What the hell could Alexander would do for him? Even though he was probably one of the most powerful men ever lived. I mean, he didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to create college or institute where he could preach his things and things like that. He just wanted to do what he was already doing. So yeah, like always, this was awesome video. Some new information that I didn't have. It's always fun to have that. Well, people, if you like my reaction to food, like and subscribe. Check out my other reactions that I did in the end card, in the cards about salmonella. That's a playlist for that. There's a playlist for SCP, unbiased history by Doherty. Check all of that out. Check out the other reaction I did from the link in the description with all of my videos in there. And yeah, like, subscribe, support the channel, and I'll see you next time.